All right. Once again, we're back doing another episode of Curious Success. This is episode 3, and today's topic is why do people cheat? As mentioned previously before, what Curious Success does is pretty much we talk about various different life topics and share our insight based on those topics. No one's claiming to be an expert, but we got to talk our smack and share our opinions. And hopefully, there's definitely some valid points that we do bring up, and it'll be beneficial and helpful to our audience. I'm going to just go to my left and allow the guests to introduce themselves. But once again, this is Rasheem, and the next guest can introduce themselves.
So my name is Millie. I am 29, born and raised in New York City, and I am guilty of cheating.
Love that introduction.
My name is David. I'm 30, born and raised in New York City as well. Also guilty of cheating.
Hey, my name is Simba Hughes. I was gonna say
you about to lie.
No. Hold up. I'm 26, and I'm also guilty of cheating.
Damn, better not.
No, I was saying...
You know your girlfriend's here.
Next guest, girl. Go ahead.
I'm John. I'm 28. I'm not guilty of cheating. Thank you.
Good answer.
My name is Sade. I'm 25. I was born and raised in the Bronx, and I'm not really guilty of cheating.
Oh, here we go.
We'll get down to that, Sade.
I'm not really.
Really?
Not really guilty of cheating.
All right. So our first question is, what is cheating?
Oh, do I start?
Anyone go?
You
Yeah,
can.
sure.
Feel free.
Oh, well, I think cheating is when you are emotionally unfaithful to your partner, and you just lie about what's going on internally, like just I guess when you're starting to have thoughts about like going outside of your relationship, whether it's physically or emotionally seeking something more.
David?
I believe that cheating is when you are going outside of the prescribed rules of your relationship, depending on what that is for you, because there's a lot of different types of relationships in the world. And we were talking about before all the different kind of setups you could have for different types of relationships. So there's emotional cheating, there's physical cheating, all kinds of other things. But it's natural to want to like be attracted to somebody else just on the physical base instinct kind of thing.
I think, I agree with that. I think it's a mixture of both, the emotional, the intellectual, and the physical. But I guess the general consensus I think a lot of people agree on is that when you say someone cheated, it included some type of physical interaction, right? It's, sexual intercourse, kiss someone, you did something where someone felt that, hey, this physical act was a reason why, we're in this particular situation right now. So that's what I think cheating is.
I think it's more about the intention. I mean, of course, there's the act, but if you deliberately say went to a party where your ex was there, and you just broke up with him maybe like a few months ago, and you're in a new relationship, that intention in and of itself, you knew he was going to be there. It's like I feel like that's the more important thing to point out than just the actual you hooked up with him. It's like, why were you even there to begin with?
Yeah.
I agree with what everyone has said. I do believe it's whatever norm you decide to have within your relationship. I also agree that it is physical, but emotionally, oftentimes people do cheat as far as engaging in emotional relationships with people outside of their relationship, which is something that I think is more disrespectful than engaging in a physical act with a person.
Why you say that?
Because I think physical attraction is natural, and once you engage in an emotional relationship or emotional commitment with somebody where you're consistently texting that person, you're telling the person about your day, and you're exchanging things that you would normally do with your significant other, I think that puts a rift in your relationship, which can potentially lead to something more worse than a physical relationship, because a lot of times for male and female, once you have that physical interaction with that person, sometimes you can cut it off and move on. But once you have an emotional attachment to a person, it's a lot of that's where things get really messy for me.
I understand what you're talking about, and I think what we're seeing here right now is the fundamental difference between men and women, because as you saw, the ladies are speaking about the emotional cheating, the time put in, and how when you put in that investment in time, that's considered cheating, versus men going, physical stuff, not so much, because we don't value that as much, whereas women will go, all right, this guy's putting in time, he really cares about this person because he's putting in time.
I think one of the things that could possibly lead to cheating is one not really knowing what they want. And, I guess it has to first and foremost be one knowing themselves and then being able to understand what they do want outside of themselves. But I think a lot of times that probably leads to people just like, you settling for this, you settling for that, you're not exactly sure what you really want. And, of course, that's going to lead to you cheating in your own way,
But what's cheating to you, though? Just to go back to the actual question.
Exercising your options, brother. Exercising your options.
Exercising your options.
No, I think it plays a part with that. The emotional side as well as the physical side. I think definitely when you go into more of the emotional connection with someone, that I think that has more significance of hurting whoever your significant other is and so forth. So. But that's how I would look at it.
Okay.
Why do men cheat versus why do women cheat?
David going up.
I think there's really no difference in why each party cheats, each of the genders cheat. I think the reality of the situation is if you're not happy, you're going to step outside your relationship, whether that be emotionally, physically, financially. When I'm not happy in my relationship, I start talking to other people. And that's what happens. And I've come to realize that about myself. So I go and I reanalyze the situation going on in my relationship and I try and fix it and figure out what's going wrong that's causing me to go, I need to go here, here, and here to find some level of emotional satisfaction or whatever it is. So I think it's whenever someone's not happy.
So what do you say, and I want to bring this back to you, like when you say you're not satisfied in your relationship, are you talking about physically you're not satisfied or emotionally you're not satisfied?
Or both.
Or both.
You just generalize it.
Yeah,
you kinda...
because I want to really understand like what makes you come out of your relationship to seek that extra.
It's usually going to be emotional satisfaction due to the fact that if I'm not emotionally stimulated or mentally stimulated, I get bored. Physical, it's whatever. It's not that big.
So you're saying.
I really have a question for that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all are saying, well, hold on. Let me get to that first. Y'all are saying what to the physical part. In terms of sex and the physicality of things, that's what I make it. That's what I put into it. If I'm not putting 100% into it, she's probably not going to put 100% into it. So for that's 50-50. But I cannot make my partner, my woman, go, all right, my intelligence is going to go up here, or my level of conversation or my interest in a particular subject is going to go up to a certain level. To me, that is part of the emotional / intelligence of my partner and how they need to come at me. I can't create that motivation for that person.
You had a response?
No, but I listening to you, I agree, because I think that like when you're in a long-term relationship, at least, like for me, I'm physically attracted to you mostly because I'm emotionally and intellectually attracted to you.
What's long-term for you, though?
Well, I've been in an 8-year relationship.
Okay.
So once I can no longer connect with you intellectually and emotionally, then I cannot have any type of sexual relationship with you. So I kind of see where you're going, because I mean, I feel like most people say men cheat just to cheat and women cheat emotionally, but maybe that's not the case.
But
that's what I'm hearing.
You're saying in your case it was emotional.
It was emotional. Yeah.
I can see what David's saying with the both, but I've definitely cheated just off of ego, just because the option was there.
What do you mean by ego? Because you were telling us this.
Yeah,
earlier.
I told you guys this before. It's like if there's someone there and it's a guy thing. It's like, hey, you know what? Let me just prove that I can get it. That I can.
Do you think you're consciously like asking yourself this, like, oh, because I think I can get it, or like, were you consciously thinking this?
Put it like this: I've done it where I was going to your point. Emotionally, I was fine. Intellectually, emotionally, I wasn't quite there. Okay, let me rephrase that. Emotionally, I wasn't quite there, but
Hold
it wasn't.
Hold on. Here's a question: were you 100% happy with your relationship at the time? Were you 100% happy?
No.
There we go.
But
that means some need wasn't being met.
Let me ask you this though: don't you? So you're trying to say all guys that cheat, or the guys that have been like on the guy side, on the guys that have cheated? Because I've definitely know some guys that have cheated and they're in happy relationships, or at least the wife, they're happy, the wife is happy, the girlfriend's happy, whatever, and they're just doing it, as I just said, ego, because I can and I can get away with it.
You know, one guy told me once, the best pussy is the next pussy. So right. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that multiple times.
You've heard that as well, right?
Yeah, it's always like a drive for more, a drive for more. Once you get one, it's always something else that's there for you. There's always something else there to strive to get. So I do agree with the, I guess the thought of there always being more to get, or the next one always being better than
just being curious.
the latter.
I think there is. I'm gonna let you finish, all right? It ain't Ralph. But what I was gonna say was, I think there is some differences with a woman cheating versus a man cheating. I think for men, and probably most cases, is probably based on lust. When a woman, it could be based on revenge. You know, or some other means where she's looking like, okay, well, you probably could have just been looking at a fat booty for a guy, and she probably felt some kind of way about that or something. It's just more to it in terms of that. I feel like in most cases when that happens, it could be looked at as that, revenge. And with the guys, like, I don't think all men are cheaters.
I agree, but I also don't think I think for men it needs to end in some type of physical interaction with whoever they cheat with, and I don't think for women it's necessarily that, or at least for me. Like, you can take me out, do stuff, text me every morning, ask me how I'm doing, and like that's enough for me. I don't want to be sleeping with two guys at the same time, with my boyfriend and the guy I'm cheating, you know. So, but I don't know how it is for men. I don't think it's considered cheating if you guys aren't having sex or having some type of physical interaction with this other person.
There's a few relationships out there where, like, you have a woman and she has the boyfriend treats her like, you know, like crap, and then you have another guy who she's kind of using for like emotional comfort. Now, as
side dude,
yeah,
Pretty much.
let's call it what it is.
But it's questionable as to whether, you know, he's doing it because obviously he eventually wants sex, or he's like, you know,
Of course, he's working his way through the back door. That's the back door, man.
or
The
maybe
friend, right? The friend.
The
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
He's got
the
smart
best friend.
goals.
or is he in his own relationship that he's not, I don't know, his emotional need is not being met. So, I mean, you can have all types of situations.
Sade, you had a question?
The question between these two guys, it brought up the same question. I didn't want to ask it with you because I believe it may be coming up, but it just makes it seem as if cheating is somewhat inevitable, either emotional, physical, because at no point in your relationship is everything ever going to be 100%. So,
Very good point.
if you're a type of person that you're going to cheat because your physical is not on point, then if your emotional is not on point, you're going to cheat. If your physical is not on point, it's going to cheat. Either way, you have to have within yourself, within your relationship, some type of, you know, strength, will, whatever else, for you not to go on and cheat. So that's why it's making me feel as if cheating is inevitable based on what you guys have said. So
The example I gave was a bit extreme, and the reason I gave that is just to make it simple, make it clear cut.
Okay.
This is what it is. You're obviously never going to be 100%
Right.
happy in everything. You're never going to be like, oh, her ass is just perfect. It's never going to be like that.
Exactly.
You ain't going to wake up every morning and look at a booty like, God, I get to wake up to this every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the great things I read on randomly.
Speak for yourself. No.
One of the
You
great
see
things I read
Beyonce?
randomly.
Yeah, you wake up to that every morning.
But that don't mean she's not getting cheated on.
Oh.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
No, it
So
doesn't
one
matter
of the
how
quotes I
pretty you are.
read
That's one thing.
was, as good as she looks, or as good as that dude looks, somewhere, someone is tied to that person's shit.
Right.
Right.
It's never going to be 100%. What I'm talking about is we got to at least get that 70
75.
to 80.
80.
You got to get
Good
the max.
90,
You
man.
got to get the max. The max. You got
That's
to try and
settling.
max
Now,
out.
75
That's a ridiculous
is good
ideal
enough
to me.
because you could
I
be
also-
90 on your good days, but that 75
Exactly.
is keeping you in the safe
Yeah.
range.
I also
where it's
don't
like,
believe in monogamy. I
I've
think
been
it's
questioning that.
societal.
I've been
I think
questioning
it's
that
an
a lot.
institutionalized thing. I mean, if we look back at the history of marriage and why it's done and it's financial, I don't think humans are meant to be monogamous.
That's leading into the
I
next
agree.
question.
I agree.
It was waiting on me.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
sorry.
go.
You're the
let's
hostess
go.
with the mostest.
Is there a need or want for why people cheat?
Because humans are not meant to be monogamous.
Absolutely. Going back to that point, you're saying humans aren't meant to be monogamous. Lots of animals in nature, same exact thing.
Except
Right.
penguins, right? Or and dolphins or something.
I'm honestly not sure. Some
I think
animals mate for
penguins.
life; they stick together for life. But there's a lot of animals in society. If you look at specifically bonobos, they do sex for like everything. For like every interaction, there's some type of sex going down.
What is
Oh, here's some fruit. Let's have sex. Oh, here's a nut that I just found. Let's have sex.
But
The
let me
sun went down.
Let me ask
Sun
you,
went down.
sex.
Let's have sex.
let me ask you this: for that particular species, is it more of a task or is it more because humans?
It's a part of their everyday
Because
interaction.
humans as a
Pleasure.
species is a pleasure thing. It's not a task. It's not a chore. It's not a some species, some animals do because they to survive. We do it. Yeah, we do it for reproduction.
I do to
I tell you
survive.
this
but
right
a
now.
lot of okay. All right,
Hold on,
Millie.
hold
All right, Millie.
Hold on.
All right,
Two
all
things
right.
that come from what you just said.
All right, Millie.
One, the bonobos, they are definitely not doing this like on some survival stuff. It's, oh, you're here. Let's get it.
No, but you see what I'm saying, right? A lot of
I understand exactly
I
what you're
think
saying.
maybe
But
exception
at
of
the same time, hold on,
dolphins.
let me
I
get to
think
the
we're
second
only two
part.
species that actually
Yeah, hold
for
on. Let me get to the
pleasure.
second
sex for
part.
pleasure.
Let me get to the second part. There are some humans who will go ahead and have sex for pleasure, but it depends on the person. What does
Some
it mean to that?
Some?
I think all.
Hold on. Hold
Yeah,
on.
some. No,
Hold
you
on.
have to say some.
Hold on.
That brings up a whole lot of
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Some.
Let
Some
me
do
get
it
the
for
rest of
money.
this out there.
All right, let's go, Dave. Let's go.
So you got some people who are holding that out there going, all right, this is a pleasure thing. I'm going to satisfy this need, this dark urge that's inside me. Or you have some people who use that as a political power tool, and other than that, it means nothing to them. The history of marriage, as Millie was talking about, if you look back at it, all marriages, 99% of them were political. And if you look at the history of almost all marriages of major people throughout history, it's all about how can we merge these properties together between these two
Right.
Finances,
organizations, families.
politics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
To keep the
Cultural.
money in the family. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah. It wasn't
Kingdoms,
about
empires,
love. It wasn't about sex. They went,
aristocracy,
well, how
yeah.
can we get this money linked up?
Yeah,
right.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So there's pleasure and then there's politics.
That pretty much sums it up. I mean,
I think we
it's
cleared
pleasure
that
and
one, guys.
politics,
We cleared
and
that
it
one.
goes into
Yeah.
what he was talking about previously about rich men, and that
Yeah.
that goes into the politics of it because for you to be a woman to, in my opinion, for you to be a woman to sit there and be comfortable with your man, your boyfriend, your lover, whatever you want to call
Your boo.
your boo, significant
Bae.
other,
Bae.
it has to
Bae.
be some type of politics, either his status, his money, whatever it is. I that's just my opinion.
She's getting
Because
all her needs
if
met.
it's she's getting all her needs met pretty much. So it has to be politics because it's definitely not emotional. Because for you to know that your significant other is with someone else, that there has to be a detaching your emotional connection with that person.
Not necessarily.
And she might be getting hers in some other way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's your emotional
Right.
She could have her
detachment,
backdoor
and it
man.
has to be political. It has to be political.
pool
Either
boy.
his money, his status, how she looks walking with him, whatever it is that
Seriously,
he
yeah.
stands for her. That must be her reason for accepting that or being comfortable with him doing him and she doing her, if she is.
But that could also be just the nature of their relationship and the rules they establish. Like it might not be an emotional like, oh, I'm feeling some type of way even though all my needs are getting met. It could be, this is what I signed up for. Because some people go into relationships like that. That's polyamory, that's polyandry, all those things. All those poly relationships.
Politics.
It's not, but those
It
aren't
has to
politics.
be.
Those
I
are,
mean,
I like this person, but I'm not happy and I don't find all my needs met with one person. Which is why when I went, going back to what I said before, you can only, if you're going to be monogamous, you can only really expect roughly, on a great day, 90 to 80%. I don't think there's really going to be days where you always get that 100%. That's impossible.
Yeah.
That would mean that person
but
is godlike.
You don't.
So, for this next question, some people here did admit to being a cheater. I have cheated. Some people didn't when they were lying. But
if you're saying you're a cheater, once a cheater, always a cheater, though? Really?
Yeah.
Is that what we're summing it up to?
Hold up. We'll get to that later. Hold up.
The
We'll get to
question
that later.
is, have you ever entertained a thought or fantasized about cheating on a significant other?
Yes, most
Yes.
definitely.
I think-
Anybody that says they haven't is a liar. Everywhere you
I would
go,
agree with that.
everything you see, you're gonna think of something. If you're a natural living person, it's natural for you to fantasize about other people. It's natural for you to see someone that you're attracted to and think, oh, maybe he's handsome, he's cute.
Right.
Oh, I like the way he's dressed, he's attractive. Anything right then and there that can be considered as cheating, depending on what type of person you are and what type of relationship you have with your significant other. It can be considered as cheating, but that's natural. So
I think the line should be drawn at, okay, am I actually going to put myself in a situation where, like, it's likely that this is going to go down between me and this other person that, I'm attracted to. So you could think about it, but it's like,
Are you actually making it happen?
Yeah. Are you actually taking steps to make it happen? Like,
That's what I think. The steps
yeah.
to making it happen. That's
I
where it gets
agree.
dangerous. But I think as far as like fantasizing or thinking about someone, I think that's normal in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I think everyone does that. So
Yeah, of course. I fantasize about Taraji P. Henson every week. Every time that pod comes on.
Have you ever cheated on a significant other before, and why?
ladies,
Yes.
ladies,
And
Yes.
because my needs weren't being met.
emotionally and intellectually.
Emotionally, physically,
all
a
of the
lot
above.
of different areas. I wasn't happy.
Okay.
So would you say the relationship was just over? Like, almost?
It depends on which one you're talking about.
How many times have you cheated?
So what happened
Hold on, you
was-
sure you want to put this out there? 'Cause
Listen, so
God, hey, the missus. You sure you want to put that out there? Think
So I've
before
been
you
in,
answer
like-
that question.
I want to say 4 major relationships that I would consider like big to me. First one was in college. Left her, slept with somebody else because I was not happy, and that relationship ended, but we reconciled and got back together, ended again. Second time was at the end of the relationship, so I don't really consider it cheating because the relationship was over. We were done. Nothing happened after that. And it was a conscious decision in my mind that I was just done because I could not tolerate what was going on anymore. So I reached an emotional and just physical point where I was like, all right, no, can't do this anymore. This is just getting too frustrating. Third time,
Is he about to go through a whole
You got a high body count, man. You just going out. The numbers just going
actually,
out.
no, there was no third time for that particular relationship, but I wasn't happy, so I left.
Whoa, he was on one relationship?
This was for wait. All right.
Let's see.
Don't do this
So
forever.
the third,
Yeah,
listen,
I'm gonna sit down here, listen
the
to
third
that. man.
relationship, there was no cheating. I just left because I was unhappy because things were not going the
All right,
way in
don't
which
bring
I
that-
could
don't
control
bring that
them
up
or
then.
do
That
things
was-
to make them better. Once things become outside of your control and you're in a situation where things should be in your control, there's no point in staying.
So this is not, I mean, this wasn't a situation you were trying to have your cake and eat it too. This is just,
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
You
this
couldn't
ain't
do
working.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I find that's at least, to me, it's like estimated like 50% of like cheating situations. The needs are not being met.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said,
And
not happy.
I want to go back to something Rasheem said earlier about like how women cheat for revenge or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think so, but then again, I feel like there were times where like, you know, they say never let your significant other leave, like go out with their friends upset or like if
Yes.
you had a fight, because I've made out with people drunk. knowing I was making out with someone. And I was like, well, fuck him. We just had a huge fight because I'm even going out, right? So I've done that.
Real quick, can I ask you, did it ever go to, did you
More?
ever do homework? Yeah, exactly.
No.
Based on we had a fight.
No.
Okay.
No. But I did cheat once I was checked out of a relationship where it was just like there was no emotional connection. We were not intimate at all. And it was like I felt like I was no longer in a relationship anymore.
Okay.
So.
I would say my approach is kind of like the nice guy approach.
Don't believe this, people. all the listeners out there, don't believe it.
Relationship where it lasted for a significant amount of time, which was close to 4 years. And that person, we just couldn't grow together. You know, I had different ambitions. She didn't have the same level of ambition. So, but in any of my relationships that I've had, always been straightforward that I'm not a one-woman man, in so many words, because it just was not there. Like, it was certain things that I liked about that person I was attracted to, but not everything was crossing the T's and dotting the I's.
Let me ask you this. Let me interrupt you real quick. So you said you were in a relationship with that person for 4 years, right? So before you cheated on that person, right? The person
Yes.
4 years. When did you cheat? Like which second year, first year, third year? Like did you actually? Were you?
All 4 years.
Oh, you better defend that. You better.
All of them.
you buying your
She's
love.
right. Millie's right. Oh, she got you.
There was definitely faithful moments.
Good answer. Good answer.
Oh,
Good
Mr.
answer.
Political.
There was definitely faithful
You don't wanna
moments.
bump into no
Serious
one.
faithful moments.
I actually don't like that answer. It makes it sound like the majority of the time wasn't those moments.
Yeah.
No,
To be
no,
frank,
I feel-
yeah. He's
You're
No.
being honest. If
Were
you're
you
being
young?
honest, you're being honest.
Because I also think when you're young, you're irresponsible and you're selfish and careless.
You shouldn't even think
Absolutely.
you're like in a serious relationship when you're
Until you're like in your
young.
mid-20s, I think that's when you
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
like it's really. Other than that,
I don't think cheating should be
like
held
30.
against you when you're that young.
You shouldn't
Well
be
then.
Right?
serious.
Well then.
when
Well
you're-
then.
I'm not trying to.
Mine don't count then, huh?
That's not
Let's
being
introduce
realistic.
ourselves again.
But yeah, there was some significant time that I was definitely faithful.
I'm glad we got that
Hey
clarified.
guys, he's dancing around the question.
It was moments, but I think it kind of like went off and on throughout the years.
Can I ask you
in
this?
that relationship?
Why did you the sort of first time you actually after that significant period, 6 months, 3 months, 9 months?
Do I have to give you a number?
I'm fishing for it. But what was the reason you cheated the first time?
Her insecurities.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
And it was like
Self-
okay, you have a little weight
self-fulfilling.
on you, but I'm not turned off by that. I'm attracted to you. So it's like, okay, you got a little weight on you. Don't make it a big deal. But then you make it a big
That's
deal
a
and
big
don't
one.
deal with it.
So she made a self-fulfilling prophecy, basically.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this: why didn't you leave
I did.
That
after 4 years, though?
yeah.
We had some.
If you knew from the early, you
we
were
had
happy.
some good moments, and I didn't have that. You know, it was just like saying you laying next to a warm body.
Guys, you don't see this,
waking up
but
to that, like you have that.
Sade just
energy,
kind of gave
you know,
Rasheem a little
it was
pat.
certain things that I really
On the
appreciate
back,
about the
guys.
relationship.
She liked to cuddle.
She liked to cuddle. You know, we traveled together. We did a lot of things together. So it was like the first time I actually experienced that with anyone. So,
Oh, okay. I see. I understand.
but I definitely don't plan on doing the next woman like that, though.
That's pretty.
I'm trying to make a change.
I think that's fair.
Sade?
I think if you're being honest with a person, then it's not cheating. So I can sit here and say I haven't cheated. I've never been in a relationship and cheated on a person.
I'm sorry, could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Hold on. So Sade, hold on.
I've never had a
So-
physical interaction with another person while being in a relationship with someone. And I'm
Okay.
sitting here being honest.
You realize that's a whole different frame from
But
the other one you
that's
presented.
still
Yeah.
the same point of what I'm talking about. If you're being
Nah.
honest with a person, I said I've never had a physical interaction with another person, and I also said if you're being honest with a person, then you're not cheating. And you can be in a relationship, have your disagreements or whatever else, you guys go on your break or do whatever you're doing. And if you're being honest with that person, then I don't feel like anything that you're doing, whether it's with another person or emotional or physical, whatever it is, I don't believe that you're cheating.
So it's an
So
open relationship.
I mean, if that's what you and your partner decide.
Yeah, that's what. That's what I was
That's
going to
kind of the
ask that
framework
now,
you use.
Sade.
Which, to be honest, most people are not open about.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
most
even
people uncomfortable with
even
that.
if a lot of times if one party is like honest, and it's like cool, so your boyfriend at the time or whoever can be like, okay, yeah, she's, and he may not be honest when he does his thing, because he feels a certain way, like okay, yeah, honest, but I still don't like it.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
True. I agree with you. 150%.
Which could then make that relationship.
But then that's on his part. But I'm saying me sitting here right here, I've never been in a situation where I wasn't honest about something or I didn't say what I was getting myself into when I felt like something was getting there. Like if I was getting emotionally attached with someone.
You would let them know?
Yes, of course, because I wouldn't want something like that done to me. So I don't do anything that I wouldn't want someone to do to me. And if that's I'm sitting there texting someone or I'm interacting with someone and I see it getting a little too messy, I would sit there and say, hey, this is what's going on, or this is the situation, whether they like it or not. I know I'm sitting here, I'm putting it on the table. You can put on the table whatever it is you're doing, because at this point in time, we're not good. So
Okay, I got you.
that's just me.
Next question.
What is clean cheating compared to dirty cheating?
I have no idea what's that.
Condom versus none? Like, I
no
have
idea.
no
This ain't even
idea
know.
what that means.
I don't know.
Let me
if-
clarify this.
Yeah,
right?
for real, seriously.
So, you, for a guy or woman, you share that bed with somebody else, but you bring another person in there, and y'all having sex in that
you
same
just trying
bed.
to get killed.
That is considered
no.
dirty cheating.
Is that
No.
is that just is there so that just the, so that
That's a clean definition. He's getting nervous here. Like all this time I've been.
That could be considered dirty cheating.
Oh.
ladies, that's not.
Yeah.
No, I just want to know if that's the only definition, or like other things that fall under dirty shit.
Dirty cheating, I think, also could be sleeping with like a relative or a cousin or
Brother, sister.
a best
Someone
friend.
Oh, the
close
significant
to
other.
the significant
that could
other.
be, that's just dirty.
And if you're not using protection,
That's
that's
Yeah.
clearly dirt. Like, you're just bringing stuff back.
Yeah.
and that's not
And
okay.
then you shouldn't be bringing it back to your home if you share a home with this person.
Right. That's
One woman shared with me that she would sleep with the guy's father if he cheated on her. If the guy
would?
cheated on her, she would sleep with the guy's father.
No, she just has emotional issues and problems
Yeah,
that she
she-
needs
I
to
mean,
get over
that-
in her life.
that could-
because that's just
That's some
I'm
serious.
gonna talk to my pop. Pop's like, come on now, but
That could backfire.
She got some
'cause
serious.
if you're close, if you're close with your pops, then he's just gonna text you and say, this is what's going on. I saw one situation on YouTube actually. The father recorded. It had to lead off to another site because it was explicit. But the father recorded that
Kind of
both.
size you be going to.
But the father, he had a good relationship with his son, so he recorded it.
Wait, what kind of good relationship do you have with your son
Yeah.
that you
I
still
don't
sleep
know how-
with?
Wait. So
The type of
son,
relationship where you going to get hookers together.
yeah,
No, no.
Come on,
the girlfriend.
get this done.
The girlfriend had, wanted to cheat with the father. The father let the son know. He was like, you know what? Record that shit and post it to, some online site. And then that's exactly what he did.
See, that's some guy code.
Yeah.
Women would never do that. Like, oh, mom, yeah, go ahead, go sleep with my boyfriend and record it. No. You don't touch him.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think-
No.
You don't
disagree
think?
with
Hold
you,
on,
Millie.
hold on. You don't think, given the opportunity,
Millie.
with that knowledge, another woman getting that information from their mother would be like, let's figure out a way to vilify this person. Maybe not
But
necessarily
not go
have,
through with the sexual act.
but see, the thing is, socially speaking,
Because
that's a way
women
of-
are conniving. So
It
we'll
all
find
depends
a
on
way.
your morals.
But hold on.
We'll find a way to
Hold
get
on.
you
Doesn't
caught
have-
Listen,
without
listen.
you having to do anything.
Let me finish the
Everybody
full
doesn't
framework
have
first.
standards.
Y'all don't let me build up my framework. Y'all knocking down my house before I can put it up.
All right. You could go
Y'all
ahead.
big
Go
bad wolf in
ahead.
me
Build
right
the
now.
foundation.
All right.
Go
You
Better
ahead.
hurry up with that house because we trying.
Go ahead.
So socially speaking, for the father to go through with that, that's going to devalue that woman in the public eye. What I'm saying is, you don't think that a woman with that knowledge, getting that information from her mother, would not go ahead and socially devalue this guy in some way? You don't think that's ever happened to a similar level?
I'm going to say no because, to be quite honest with you, in that case, it would still be the mother who's being devalued, not the man, because that's the way this is.
But I'm not.
society
Hold on.
sees it.
I
But hold on.
agree
Listen,
with that.
I'm not saying for the mother to go ahead and sleep with this guy. I'm saying devalue him in a public fashion, in a different way, where it's like, all right, this is on some site that you attempted
I know what
to
you're
do
saying,
this.
but what I'm telling you is that whoever's watching that video
Right,
and the
I
reason
agree
why
with you.
most women wouldn't do it is because at the end of the day, people are not viewing that as, oh, we're devaluing the cheating man. The person who's being devalued is the mother
And the daughter.
because as a woman you're seen and you're put in a different light than a man. So for a father to go do that is fine, but not for a mother to do it. And I want you to be completely honest here that
Two
this
things.
is women and
I'm
men
not-
are not equal in this society.
They are not.
They're
That's
not,
for
and we're not viewed
Society's eyes.
equally.
But for me, either way, that's dirty.
For you, it's fine, but not. I'm
Everybody
talking
doesn't
about
have
who's
values
viewing this on
either.
YouTube.
Oh,
or
yeah, absolutely
whoever.
right. Like I said, I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
But what I am saying is if there was a similar option presented for them, do you not think that they wouldn't take that chance?
I mean, we see it on Instagram and
So that's what I'm
Twitter.
saying.
So we have
we're
to
not
clarify.
saying it
Show
doesn't
another foot.
happen.
Just
Right.
show
I'm
another
just
foot.
saying, the point that she did bring in is a very valid point that women are not are held to a different standard than men are. So I would agree that the mom and the daughter would
Will be more hesitant.
Yeah.
To do something like that. Yeah.
But we do see it every day, and that goes back to a lot of women not being taught. Right?
So we have-
and not having values and morals. To be
So we'll
honest, the things
clarify
you see.
on what dirty cheating is. Correct.
Yes.
Clean cheating is what? What do y'all think is clean cheating?
Discretion.
Sounds like an oxymoron.
mean,
Some
it's-
the
Yeah,
other
that
person
is
knows.
like a
Yeah, it's like cheating is like. Is there such thing as clean cheating? Cheating is bad.
I
like
mean,
in this,
you can
like
kind
clean,
of
toxic
if you want
waste.
to get
Dirty
a definition. Like I mean,
you
I
tell
didn't
the
really
person
mean
after
to
you
do
do it.
Well, let me ask
I
you
didn't
this because
really-
I didn't even know there was a thing called dirty. Like it was classified as dirty cheating. To be honest with you, so what's clean cheating?
I think we made up our own definition. You know,
Yeah,
just
we
a-
just
just
kind
a
of lumped it
little
all
bit.
in.
We gave extreme cases
Yeah.
that could be considered like that's
Very
dirty.
valid. Yeah.
That was dirty. Clean could be like the person doesn't know and you get away with it.
Oh,
That's dirty.
that's still no. That's
dirty.
So what you're saying is,
No.
You go
That's
into a hotel and do
No.
your own bed that
That's
you share with your
smart
significant
cheating.
so
other.
what you're saying is 007
that's
status.
smart cheating.
007
007 status. All right.
That's not clean cheating. That's smart cheating.
I guess women are clean cheaters then.
Yes,
because
we are.
Yeah.
we leave no tracks.
You pretty much take care of home, right?
I do what you gotta
In some cases.
do.
Anyone watch Gone Girl? I'm just saying,
I haven't watched it yet. That's with Ben Affleck, right?
women
haven't
are
watched it yet.
something else.
How do you feel about chronic cheaters?
Just end the relationship.
Yeah.
I think that's been taught. If you're a chronic cheater, I've been around men and males, who, whatever you wanna call it, and I always see is like men always teaching their children, or showing them how to do it or how to get it or whatever it is. I just think if you're a chronic cheater and you're doing it and you don't care, you have a significant other, you're building with that person and you just keep doing it, I think it has to be either your person that's never going to be satisfied and you always want more, or it's something that's been taught to you, somebody that you looked up to or who gave you the game, put it out there for you, like, this is how you get it, this is how you're gonna do it, and you take it and run with it. I just think if you're a chronic cheater, it has to be something that was taught to you.
Dave, Millie, no comments on that? You're good with that? Okay. All right.
I got a comment. Hold on. I understand, like, you could be taught that, but, like, to a degree, the natural instinct of all people is to go outside the relationship. We were talking about this before when we talked about it's not natural to be monogamous, and also that marriage is a political tool that was created in order to tie different houses together financially. So I don't see that as something that's like something you can't control. It's natural. This is the natural default setting of people.
I disagree. So you're pretty much saying that everybody cheats, no matter what. So you're saying that there's no male, no female, no human being that's not gonna cheat.
No, I'm not saying that everybody cheats, but I'm saying that that's the default. It's to want.
Yeah.
to have something else.
But can you not hold yourself back? If you're saying it's in my
I'm
nature,
not.
can I not?
Listen.
But I
once
think-
again, I'm not saying that
Okay.
you cannot.
Okay.
Can I
I'm
be
saying-
devil's
then you're not
advocate?
cheating. If you're holding yourself back and you have it in your conscious mind, I'm attracted to this person. I've took it a little step further than I'm comfortable with, but now I'm falling back because it's like anything further, I'm cheating.
But to be devil's advocate, I agree with both of you because
I
we
kinda
are.
agree with him, but, you
we
know,
I
I'm
think
just tryna-
I think we're cheaters by
Tryna-
default in the sense that we are naturally attracted to more than one person at the same time.
Okay.
But like you said, we're raised differently. So some people are raised that having one partner is the right thing to do, and you work through your problems and you work through your marriage, whether you're happy or not, and you stick it through for the children or whatever the case is. And these people tend to grow up and either not cheat or like be very miserable and like do other things. And then there's people who are raised to believe that it's okay to cheat, mostly men. Or even in the case where,
Hey.
no, men are, and like there's women who grow up to believe that it's okay for their husband to cheat on them. Same thing.
Or that it's okay for them to cheat on their husband.
Depending on how so it's all about how you were raised, because the ethical part of it comes with your upbringing. I don't think but naturally we're
biology of
inclined
the
to
situation.
just, in terms of biology, we're inclined to just want different things at different points in our lives. And if you've been married for 20 years, let's be honest, he's probably not the person you're seeking at that moment.
But I do. So it's so it's like different
That
ways.
20-year-old pool boy looking real ripe right now.
But another thing I'm to interject real quick is like it's interesting how there's a lot of negativity put on being faithful, or like you said, working it out, sticking it through for the kids, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as a society, as a community, we always like go towards it being negative of you working things out, or it being something like, oh, well, you're standing up for your relationship or things like that. So it's interesting that you brought that up, and kind of it seems as if it was a little bit on the negative side towards the idea of people not cheating in their relationship, or women allowing their partners to cheat on them. But there are a lot of times that male allow their significant others to go out and do them. So we have to bring it to both sides of the table.
That may be even the default status of that relationship,
Right.
because there are, apparently, this is a big thing that I didn't know about until recently. A lot of men fantasize about other men sleeping with their girl.
Or their girls sleeping with other women, and
Yeah.
Oh, that's-
their girls
Well, that-
actually liking
Come on,
other
Sade.
women, and males
Come on,
being
Sade.
okay with
Sade,
that.
come on now.
No, I see
Come on,
it every
Sade.
day, and it's something
Hold on.
different.
We gotta go. Come on now, Sade.
Different.
Come on now, Sade.
I mean-
Like, hey, I'm just keeping it. I'm being honest. Come on now,
That's not cheating.
Come on now. I don't know what you guys talking about. That's not cheating. Now
So you're okay. You're pretty much saying you're okay for your girl, your significant other, to be
With another female.
another female and be pleasured by another female. But like you don't.
I can't.
No?
It has to revolve around me somehow.
He has to be there.
But what if there's a point and there's a cutoff where you're like cut off and they're just doing them? You're okay
that's-
with
that-
that?
I have a problem with that.
Okay, so I was like,
I have a-
egos. I know once
you know what?
egos get
You know what?
going.
I'll be frank.
And
with
that's why I don't have threesomes.
you. I'll be frank
Noted.
with you. I'll be frank with you. The other side, I've also been on the other side of that, right? So I remember.
Wait, what side?
What? No, let me.
It's going down.
Let me.
You're going to need to add some additional background information to that comment.
Let me clear that up.
Top, bottom. How
So,
we doing?
Millie.
What's in that sandwich?
No, let me clarify that. So I not gonna bring up any names, but I definitely been to a party.
Oh wow!
You gotta bring up the names. Come on.
Getting hot.
So no. So I went to a party and literally, so the same way you said, that guys fantasize about other guys messing with their girlfriends or their wives.
What kind of party was this?
A swingers.
It was. Well, I didn't know. I didn't
Okay.
know. So right, I didn't know. It was a.
You went there by yourself, or somebody brought you to this party?
Went with a crew in
Invite only.
No. So
Let him
it was
speak.
a
I'm sorry.
it was a coworker kind of thing, and the coworker like had a Halloween party. They
Guy or girl?
He's a man.
Okay.
Throw the parties. And wife and kids, right? Throw the parties, loves Halloween, does the whole house like you see in the movies. Like you go by his house, like all Halloween. So he's trying to get everyone at work to go. And everyone, okay. So like probably like 4 of us went to the party. We don't know what it is. We're just saying it's a party, drinks, have fun, dance, whatnot.
Good time.
So literally, guy walks up in a robe. Halloween. That's he was. I guess his costume was like Hugh Hefner, and this girl was over there in like a cheetah costume.
So you was in the Playboy mansion.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So he came up to me and he straight up. Everyone was there. Straight up, everyone was there. And he's like, "Hey, anyone want to fuck my wife? Like, you can do it right now. Like, literally.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Through the whole party. I'm dead serious. Through the whole party. I'm not sure if I ever told you guys.
That's how these things go.
Party. Yeah, I didn't. That was my first experience. I was like probably like 19, 20, like. I mean, he came up and he's doing that to other men. He's going up to other men in the other party. And he's like, okay, if you want to have sex with my wife, fine, you can go right now in the house, do it. Can I mess with your wife or your girl?
Yeah,
right?
so they're swapping partners.
Exactly, right? And the first time I was like, you see about it on TV, on HBO, but to experience that, that was a lot.
You noticed that, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a different experience when you see that in person.
Different experience to see that. And I remember. So another coworker was there, and he came up to her and was like you can, and I literally had to come by. I literally had to be like, you know what, this is, to kind of protect it. But the reason why I brought that up is I've seen people do that, and it's baffling to me. But going back to the first one with the girls. I don't think that part is cheating, but I do.
Not that part.
I do agree with you.
I say all that to say this is not cheating.
I do agree with you though that if it gets to the point, I know guys happen to like they like to do that, like bring on girls and threesomes and all that stuff, and the girl got attracted to the other girl.
Yeah.
And was like,
see, that's my biggest fear either way.
Sexually, physically,
right.
and kind of like shunned the guy away,
Yeah.
Right.
And he was like, "What's going on?" Then he felt hurt. Then he felt like, "Oh, you cheating on me?" Like, so you're absolutely
Think
right.
about it.
You're
Girl
absolutely
knows
right.
best, right? Whatever.
Pretty much.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that?
Next question. Next question.
How much of an influence do drugs or alcohol have on someone deciding to cheat?
Lots.
A lot.
0.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of
I
those that you
agree.
feel the same way, right?
I agree.
It just brings it out. Like if you want to cheat, you're gonna.
You're
My
gonna
thing is
cheat.
this: if it's
you're
there,
inclined
it's just
to,
bringing
yeah.
it to the surface.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
already had that
Yeah.
inclination.
Yeah, I see what you're
So
saying.
that's just
Yes.
making you more honest.
Yes.
So if you had that inclination to cheat, you felt some type of way about this person a while back,
Then
it's out there.
Yeah.
It's already out there. That emotion's in you.
It's just bringing it out.
Exactly.
Bringing it out.
So
If you're not trying to cheat, drugs or alcohol are not going to affect you in any way.
exactly.
But if you've been thinking about it, then definitely.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this.
I don't know. What if you're inexperienced and you're just like,
In what?
like
In cheating?
say you're like,
I thought you mean.
no,
I
no.
tripped. I
Alcohol.
fell. I landed face first in her crotch, honey. I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, it's my first time.
It's my first time.
Hold on.
wasn't me.
I was wobbly.
It wasn't me. You're like Eddie Murphy. It wasn't me.
Hold on. I had a friend in college, so he, both him and his girlfriend went to the same school. They came from the same area, and then one of them, I forgot if it was him or her, but they got drunk at a party, and they're just inexperienced. They like it was like second relationship. They were like 19, 20. So one of them cheated, and like they didn't have any intentions of it. They just they had like six drinks and like.
It just happened. That's what you're saying.
6 drinks? Come
No,
on.
and some other
It
stuff.
could be a lightweight.
6
How much do
drinks?
these people weigh? Like 2 pounds? Like what is
Yeah,
this?
right.
Some other stuff too. I don't know, but and it just I don't know.
Things just don't happen. I'm not one to believe
Yeah,
that
I don't believe that
things
either.
just happen. Like I was having a good day, we were chilling, and it just happened. No,
Nah,
But I
things
think
happen.
it's
I fell
No,
face
no.
first on his
things
crotch.
That
happen.
happened to me. That happened to me.
Things
You just chilling.
happen. No,
Next thing
But
you
this
know,
goes back to what we were saying earlier about like, should it really count when you're like young and in your early 20s? Because at that age, you want to experiment. You're curious about, and your hormones are on like 120%.
and it's not
Yeah.
realistic.
So should you
for
really
to-
be in a committed
Admit it.
relationship with one person?
But we're all-
That's
we're
fine,
all-
but let that be
we're all
honest up
looking
front.
back, and
I
now,
know,
in
looking
hindsight,
back,
it's
I would have
2020.
never
Exactly right,
been in
but
a
but in
relationship.
in it, then you can't. You're not gonna be like, you're not gonna listen to your older your elders on the street.
You don't know anything, old man.
Exactly. You're just gonna shun them. I'm in a relationship. This is what I'm doing right now.
And I love him.
Exactly. Vice versa, right? And then when you get past 25, 30, or whatever, then you be like, you know what? That was a waste of my time. Like but like I don't think you can. A lot of people now you can't convince them otherwise.
Right.
They're in it. Right. It's like when they they're gonna learn. And when
so
they
does that mean that now that we're in our mid 20s, 30s, that we are gonna stop cheating, guys?
No.
What?
No.
Ooh, the engineer's going on back there, guys. I wish the listeners could see this right now.
That's a good
the
question.
Engineer right now is going
because we're only gonna go for what we want, right?
It all depends on what point you're in your life.
Let me hear.
If you don't have your finances together, I just believe, as men, if you don't have your finances together, you're always gonna be looking for someone else to fill that void. If you don't have your career together, you're always gonna look for someone to fulfill that void. If it's that lady out in the street, that girl in the club, and she's giving you that attention, she's boosting your ego. No matter what point you are in your life, if you don't have your finances together, you're not together emotionally, physically. You don't look how you want.
I agree with her.
It is.
No.
So if I have my finances
I didn't say. I said your finances, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. If you don't have yourself together and you're not confident in who you are, and there's something else that you're striving for, I always feel like
you can't commit to a woman.
Yeah, you can't commit if you're not committed to yourself and you don't know what you want. You're always going to be looking for somebody to fill your void.
You're talking about a chicken
I think
armor.
for men it's like that. I have a lot of male friends in the same age range that are like, I'm not in a relationship because I can't commit to a female until I get myself together financially.
I think
until I hit my career peak where I want to be and things like that. I think for men, their priority in life is to be financially established. For us, for females, I think we can navigate that while still being able to like fall in love and do all these other sweet things.
It's easier for us to navigate it because
say it, David.
That's just been
on what type of woman you are. Or a lot of times women are used to men taking care of them, so it's easier if you have someone.
Facts.
Hold on, let's pause right there. You said women are used to men taking care of them, right?
Yes.
So what's our job in life?
To take care of women.
So then we have to have our stuff together
and we're not
financially.
saying it's bad.
I'm not saying it's bad either. But I'm just saying, look at that.
More.
It's not possible for us to be in that situation and then subsequently go, oh, I can be in this relationship because our responsibility from the society standpoint
and this
is
is why
to be that
I don't date men younger than 35 anymore.
Well, the thing is, you can't
Damn,
even.
homie.
But honestly, that ain't no guarantee. You could be 35 plus. You trying to tell me if I don't see, if I have my stuff together, right? Finances, emotionally, all that. You saying I'm not gonna cheat? Just asking.
No, I'm not saying that. I said it's difficult for you to be committed to a woman, your wife, or the relationship, your significant other, whatever it is, if your finances is not good. Because you could be.
I'll tell you now. I work in a place.
No, I'm not
in the
saying.
industry
No, it
where
brings
a lot
it back
of
to
older
what
guys,
he said about men.
in your eyes, in a lot of people's eyes, are stable financially, emotionally, whatever, and they do the most. The craziest things. I ain't gonna.
I agree with you, but I'm saying if you're someone that's looking for a commitment, if you're in a relationship and you're looking for this man to commit to you, if he doesn't have himself together, what type of man is he to feel like he's going to be committed to you if he's not committed to himself? He doesn't know his next move. He doesn't know his next career step. How is he even buying you a ring or doing anything for you if he's not good himself? How is he even providing for you if he doesn't even have himself together?
So what about that? There's been a lot of rappers that have come out like lately. There's been like Kendrick Lamar. And there was one photo they show like with his girlfriend or whatever, his long time girlfriend. Yeah, she's been with him since before anyone knew who he was.
Before the money.
So like that's why I disagree, is because these guys like a lot of them they have like girlfriends for like 10 years.
Because they know their vision. I'm not. You have to know your path. If you know
I'm sorry.
You have to know your past. If you're sitting there and you don't know your next step, like I said, if you know that you want to be an engineer, you're in school, you're doing whatever you do to keep your head above water. I'm not saying that's different. I'm saying if you don't have no idea what you want to do, your career's not working out for you, you don't know your next move. How are you gonna sit there and be committed to this one person saying we're doing this together, we're gonna keep moving forward? If you have somebody that's coming to you and saying and you're feeling down financially, you just had an argument, like we all said, your emotions are not good, you're gonna look to that person to fill that void that you have within yourself. That's just my opinion.
So you're saying a guy?
So
you're saying a guy who's just completely like he don't know have anything going on.
So a lot of time the chance.
Okay.
No, but that's pretty much.
So
like
broke
I was
people.
saying.
So hold on. So broke people can't be faithful.
I'm not
trying to say?
That sounds like that's what this boils down to, though.
You know what?
It's not about your finances. I'm saying is if you're not financially stable.
Broke.
That doesn't mean you don't have to be.
No,
I feel like I'm broke right now, but I have a job. I make good money, but that's not where I want to be right now.
Yeah, but you have a job. I'm talking about we broke. We in a bad situation.
But if you're not happy,
Not those people are
broke,
faithful.
but I'm in a good situation. I'm not happy where I'm at right now, but that doesn't mean
that's
like
all you
I'm
have.
not
You better
moving
hold
forward.
on.
That doesn't mean I'm not putting things in place for me to move forward the way I need to move forward.
So then it depends on what you mean by financially secure. You need to nail that down first, because from what you're saying to me, you're in a good place. I'm talking about someone who ain't in a good place, but they're thinking about
in a box.
Exactly, they in a box. They ain't doing too well. Millie, you saying those people are faithful, the broke people are faithful. What do you mean?
Because that's all you have. If you're seriously broke, if you were
So there is no option too.
if you're seriously broke and someone is still with you and hanging with you,
That is true love.
and dealing with you,
That
what you're
is
saying.
true
you better hold
love.
on to that person.
That is
But
true
when,
love.
like you
Satisfied.
said, I'm pretty sure most of the people in this room do not feel financially stable. I have a full-time job. I live on my own. I have bills. I pay them every month, but I still don't feel financially
Right.
stable. Right?
Stable or secure?
Secure, stable.
There's a
Whatever
difference. Hold on. There's a
Because
difference.
if I got
a difference.
fired,
There's a difference.
if I got fired on
stable
Monday,
means hold on.
I would not be stable.
Stable means I have a
Exactly.
job consistently bringing in money.
But nothing, like she said, nothing is guaranteed. I'm stable
But-
right now, but if I
but
lose
here's
my
what I'm
job,
saying.
I'm one check away from being in anybody's situation. So you can't
On your couch.
until
So
I feel right
you
now.
are
I'm
currently
secure.
stable,
My-
but not secure. There is a difference. Secure means I got money in the bank and I could leave this job. Stable
I got
means
FU money.
I have continuous
Okay,
stuff
FU
I'm
going
not
on.
there yet. I don't got FU money.
Exactly. I'm not necessarily saying FU money. I'm talking about.
No, but that is what is meaning secure. If something happened that I know I got.
I'm just saying you have a little bit of a backup plan.
Well, yeah.
Not necessarily FU money. FU money means I could just walk and I ain't working again.
Right.
That's what that means to me.
So let me.
But you can even go ahead.
So what I was gonna say was, I definitely get where Sade is coming from, and I feel like that definitely has some level of validness. So as I was saying, yeah, I feel like that definitely has it has some validness to it, because I can see that. But I think like going back to what I was saying, it's like one needs to know what they want. When they understand that, then they will know who they're going to choose as their partner and be comfortable with that person that they chose. It can happen at any age. Because sometimes we have people that have what you want to call it could be possibly puppy love, whatever you want to call it. But they get in a relationship young, and they have that relationship for some of the people for the rest of their lives. It can happen. But in most cases, I think when one is young, there's a lot of experimenting that happens. And that could be the behavior pattern that could lead to one cheating as they get older. Because they are experimenting so much, they understand their body, they understand what pleasures them and so forth. So that could be a part
It's
of it.
like, why stop?
Is monogamy an illusion?
Yes and no. It depends on the way your relationship is set up. In more than one relationship, I've been approached by my partner to tell me, yo, if you wanted to step out, it's okay. If you wanted to have someone on the side, it's okay. Could we get married if I allowed you to have a mistress? All kinds of ridiculous stuff.
Wow.
So to me, like, monogamy is a weird thing. It's not the natural default state of human beings like we were talking about before. Millie also chimed in on this. But from like a biological standpoint, like we're not set up that way. The way our bank accounts are set up sexually, we want more. We
got a
always
savings
want more
account.
income. I got a checkings and a savings. The relationships go into savings.
I like that.
The people coming in are in checking. I need that constant stream of income.
I like how y'all related it to money. That was cool.
Are women more faithful than men?
No. We're smarter than men.
I agree.
Why are women?
All right.
Answer,
Okay.
Give me a reason.
I'm gonna tell you right now. As a cheater, and as a woman who has been cheated on, I can tell you that, and I've seen this in my circle of friends. Men are sloppy when they cheat. Mm-hmm. The only way to not get caught, everyone's listening, right? The only way to not get caught when you're cheating is to stay consistent with everything else that you're doing in your life. When men cheat, because they usually cheat for lust, they step out of their consistency and their track. So you stop doing the things you're usually doing. Right. You stop texting her the time they're usually texting her. You stop seeing her when you're supposed to see her. Mm-hmm. You're not getting home around the same time. Your gym schedule changed. Your friends' names have changed. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
No one on my phone has changed.
I'm going to extra class.
I'm seeing him around my other schedules, around my school, work, gym, friends, everything. My friends are in on it. Like it's just, it's so much smarter that we plan it out before we actually execute. And I think men execute while they're planning, even if they're planning. And that's how when they plan, and that's how you guys get caught.
So hold on, you just said you had a whole spy network set up with your other chicks. So like,
hell yeah, you have to.
Y'all got a couple levels. So right
I already, like before I go do something, I got 3 friends that can have an alibi for me.
Before you even
once again, you have an entire spy network set up. And you already said, I already planned out like 3 years ahead.
Yeah.
We were all here.
If plan A fails, I have B and C. Men don't think
You got 25 more letters in the alphabet with your spy network? Guys, go to code 2.
So
you don't even have to say the word. Everybody knows. Once you get the phone call, that's it.
So if you think you haven't been cheated on, think twice. Think again.
What is text message? Go out, go to Plan Q.
No, we didn't hear from. No,
you want to say something? You got something to say?
Oh, nope. Oh.
You cried over
I
it.
agree.
It's getting real.
What does it take to remain faithful? John, you want to speak to that, brother?
Yeah, you want linked up in here.
And be smart about
matching necklaces.
You want to get yourself in trouble right now.
Be careful, bro.
You just have to, like, when
don't get fired. Don't get fired.
Well, when you're first getting involved with somebody, you basically
right behind you.
He's
remember
sweating.
Hold on. To all the listeners out there, to all the listeners out there, his girlfriend is right behind him, so that's why we're getting on him.
And she has something in her hand.
Just joking.
You just have to choose, like, all right. Let's say you first get involved with a woman. You have to say, does she meet X, Y, and Z criteria? Like you've all been saying, you have to be as close to 90% as possible. Is if you get involved with a woman who's at like 50, 60%, you're just like, oh, I got nothing else better to do. It's like, no other girls are checking for me right now or something. It's just like, of course it's not going to work out. It's just, you're going to be like, I could have done better. Like, I get along with this girl better. Like, you're going to be constantly comparing contrasts. And, like, of course your eyes are going to be, like, wandering.
So it can't just be, oh, she's here. Let's get married.
I mean, that's what a lot of people do, though. So that's the problem.
So then how do you explain, if you go back, let's say, what was it, 2015? It was like 50, 60 years. A lot of relationships from back then, like 50, 60 years ago, stood the test of time. You constantly see like 80-year-old people, 90-year-old people having huge wedding anniversaries in the paper. How do you explain that? And they were the people who would be like, oh, we just did it. And we
But
just met.
who's to say that they weren't cheating?
That's true.
Yeah.
Because they
A
tell
lot
you
of
that.
those, a lot.
Or
And a lot of
supposedly,
those
they tell you that.
people-
I'm taking them at their word for that.
Supposedly,
And-
because I back in from understanding my family's history and I've hearing stories, it was the norm for you to know that your husband was out there engaging with physical
Yes.
acts with other
Definitely.
females. It was the norm, and you were the woman at home cooking and cleaning and taking care of the household, and he was out there taking care
It's the
of the
ride.
house and bringing back the money. And you didn't ask him what he did when he was outside. I just don't agree with that. I like the fact that we're in 2015 and things are completely different, because I could never see myself being back then in that time when things were like that.
The other thing is
It's
that
not that
we are
completely
also
different.
more highly sexualized than
I
prior
agree, though.
generations. You know, we have so many types of
I don't know if I agree with that.
It back in the, so
Okay.
I'm the
well,
young
first
here,
of
but
all, let me step back, because my grandfather was in the military, and he had a separate family with a prostitute. Fine, right? So there's a lot of opportunities for like sexual deviation back then, but as a society, we continue to be more sexually stimulated at a younger age. So I think for us,
I disagree with that.
yeah,
we tend to be more I think polygamous just sexually. Forget the emotional part. I think sexually we're just kind of looking for more all the time.
I think
Okay.
back
Women
in the day,
and
it was
men.
worse.
I agree with that. Here's the reason why. For the simple fact that you exist. So let's look at population numbers from now and from then.
Well, no, there's birth control now.
There is
and
birth
there's
control
abortion.
now.
So
but
you
there's a
can't
lot
even
more
really-
people now.
But
so
peop-
somebody was smashing. Something was going down.
Of course, but what you're trying to say is
I
that
think-
people aren't having as much sex now, and that's not
No,
true.
not at all.
I think yeah.
Not at all. I'm saying the population is much bigger now because back then people were getting it in.
You were getting it
You're
in. They were
saying
getting
that
it
we're a
on.
more sexualized
You
society now.
can't, you can't
How are we
compare
bringing that
population rates to just
cheating?
to cheating or
not talking about
or
cheating.
sex, just because medicine has improved a lot more, so which is why we're fucking living longer. I don't know why I want to live till 90, but apparently people do. And like there's contraceptions and all these other things that are keeping people from not reproducing. Like we're kind of at a stagnant point in terms of population. Like people are not giving birth. But that's not because we're not sleeping with each other. It's just
Other ways to
people are less religious now. Back then,
So
you
you're saying
were
there's more
you were having
people.
sex to have babies, and if you had a baby, you're having this baby,
Right.
and you didn't know when you were ovulating or even pregnant till
Right.
you
There's so
have a
many
belly.
apps.
Like it's
Yeah.
very different now. So I don't think it has anything to do with cheating. We're a smarter society when it comes to contraception.
I'm not saying people are having any less sex.
I'm just gonna say people from
I
what
think
I
people
know,
are having more sex.
people
now.
had more sex. Nah, I think they had way more sex back in the day.
I think it's about even.
It's natural. I mean, I don't think it
I think
changes.
it
I
was
don't
way-
think
it
the
was-
times change
I think it was
anything.
way
It's
more sex
something
back in the
natural.
day.
If you're physically attracted to the person, you're gonna have sex with them. I mean, you may have some type of willpower not to, but if you want to do it, you're gonna do it.
I say again, we wouldn't be here if people weren't getting it in like 30 years ago.
If you cheat on your partner, does that mean you do not love them?
No, because cheating, if I get away with it, is for you.
Wow.
Yeah. If I don't tell you, because I love you, because I love you.
Listen, if I'm on a damn covert mission to make sure you don't find out
That
about
means I
this
love you.
and cover all my tracks,
That means I love you.
really care about this investment
Yep.
I made in this
love you.
relationship
Yep.
and trying to get away with it.
Yeah, I'm doing this for you.
That part's for you.
I'm doing this
If
for
I
you.
really didn't like you, I'd have been gone. I'd have done it in your face like,
Oh, I
Look
would
at
have
that.
ended the relationship.
exactly.
I would
So
have
it's
ended
not
the relationship.
necessarily an unhealthy thing. There's always going to be that desire for somebody else. If you can be open and honest about it and get it out the way and be like, yo, I feel this person, would you let me? And it happens that way, you get that out, it's done, you get a little bit of that evil out.
Because the whole underlying thing behind cheating is the lying part.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Because
That's what makes it
people
cheating.
who swing, they're not cheating.
Yeah, because they get
because
that
it's
out of the way.
open. So it's just it's the
So
line part.
to answer the question, yes.
Yes.
You cheat and still love the person.
You can still love the person. You
Yeah.
care about their feelings. That's
it
where you're
depends.
lying.
It depends who it is. I mean, obviously, if it's her sister, then you don't love her. It's like 'cause
Why?
you
Wait.
have no consider.
Why?
You're cheating on your sister?
No,
Why
I'm-
you-
No,
you're-
you're cheating on your significant other with your sister.
Really took it to an episode
No,
of
no,
incest.
no.
That's
Her
dirty
sister.
cheating.
Curious Incest, episode 1.
No, her sister. I meant, but
No, I get-
you know,
I
if
get
it's a close,
So hold on. Why does that make it? I don't love her if it's our sister.
because it means that you don't care how people view her, and you're like,
No, that means you don't care how people view you.
I disagree.
Yeah.
If you're able to be open and honest with her about that, her sister's fine with it. She's fine with it.
no, I'm saying if you're not though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that comes back to that honesty thing. It's not so much about whether or not I care about her. That's not really the question, because otherwise that person wouldn't be with that person.
Because I hear a lot of stories about, all right, you know, he cheated on me with my cousin, with my sister, or my best friend, and I'm like, you couldn't have found like somebody else. Like it's, I was like,
People, places, things.
I think like this, and I think it's best summed up by Dave Chappelle's quote when he said, and I don't think this just only goes for men, but he says, a man is as faithful as his options.
Chris Rock said that, no?
No, you're right. I'm
Chris
sorry.
Rock
It's
said
Chris
that.
Rock.
Chris Rock said that.
A man is as faithful as his
Chris Rock,
options.
Dave Chappelle.
Whatever's nearby is what's going to happen. Who's in proximity? So, like, the joke I made about fantasizing about Taraji P. Henson every week, that's not realistic. Obviously, the fantasy is there, but it's still just a family fantasy because I'm not even in striking distance of that. There's no way. My firearms are too short to box with God, so to speak. So,
Okay, quoting Hove and all that. Okay. Some Hove quotes going on over here.
so I can't even reach that level. That's a fantasy. But those people nearby, maybe that was the person they were hanging out with all the time. That doesn't necessarily mean I don't love this person. It's just, whoops, this was here. And I wasn't happy at the time. This was here.
If you cheated once, is your relationship over if your partner found out?
No, not at all.
No.
It depends on if you're ready to give up or not. Because I feel like every situation I've seen or been in, if that person was ready to give up, then yeah, the relationship was over. But that had to be some underlying unhappiness there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not ready to give up, if you're still happy with that person, you want to continue that investment, as long as you're willing to fight for that person, relationship ain't never over.
Yeah, if the other person finds out and is still willing to work through it, then no.
If you cheated more than once in that relationship, is the relationship over in your mind?
It
I
should
think
be.
so. It should be.
It should be.
There's something you're not happy.
I disagree.
Somebody need to step their game up in the bedroom. That's what need to happen.
I mean, the end, yeah.
Yeah,
Toys,
that has to be it.
Something.
What are you saying?
Toys,
Toys, tricks, techniques, books, apparatus,
videos,
Videos
swings.
board games, spinners.
You say you disagree? Why?
That look on your face right now. I said it. Damn, he caught me on that one.
What was the question again?
If you cheated more than once in your relationship, is that relationship over in your mind?
I said no, because I said you could to me, and this is me, you could mess with other people and you could still love the person. It doesn't mean it's over. It's just I'm just stepping out, having fun, and I'll come back and we still good, So I guess maybe it's part of seeing. Maybe it goes. I think you said it, Sade, where it goes back how you grew up, or you see certain people. So it's like
that's it.
I've seen people in males, family or whatever, stepped out or whatever. I'm not saying it's good, right or wrong. They stepped out and they still loved that person. Was it over? Maybe at that moment, right? I had a bad moment. Just you said revenge. You had a bad, but they were together for several years after that. So. I don't necessarily think that because you cheat more than once, that because I'm cheating that, okay, you know what? Then really what I should be doing is let me stop this relationship because I think as you were saying, a lot you just stick it out. If the threshold is still there, then you can just stick it because a lot of people who do that.
But to turn it on you, how would you feel as if your relationship was over if your significant other consistently cheated on you? would you have the willpower to still sit there and lay next to this person? I love you, knowing that she's
creeping?
No, she's doing more than creeping.
Probably not.
Okay,
Probably not. But it goes back. If you guys declare the relationship as that in the beginning, then maybe not, right? So if we declared it and we said, okay, this is what it is, and then I'm like that's the relationship. That's our norm. Like that's what we do. So then I'm not. But if we set certain guidelines and you stepped out of that, then no, because we set up certain guidelines. Our relationship is this
so it
way.
comes back to how your relationship is set up and the rules that you pre-establish.
Yeah, because I know people who do that and it's fine. Like it is what it is, right? So it's just you and your situation, right? Because I know people they did that, or the guy been stepping out, the girl stepped out, and they came back together years later. They married, they got they have kids, and they're better than me. They're better than us right now, right? So it's all to me. It's all dependent on your situation.
Sean, you okay over there? You're a little quiet, brother. This is going to be my final question. Do you think more people prefer being single rather than being in a committed relationship nowadays?
Yes.
I prefer being single, but I can't speak for others.
The host, can you answer that question?
No comment from another one.
I got mixed feelings on that. Like, being single, you do have the freedom to deal with other people openly, honestly, and tell them what it is. But being in a relationship, you invest, you build, and you're building towards something. And you guys are trying to knock out common goals. So each one has its merits.
Yeah.
Presently.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Wow.
Each thing has its advantages.
Yeah.
It really depends on what you're trying to go for.
And what you're looking for.
Yeah, what makes you happy.
You could be single and having a good time, going out, getting numbers, whatever. Like
I remember them days.
But if the single thing ain't really hitting for you, then it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be out there getting and exploring life, because there's a lot of people that's single and it's like, dang, I'm single, I wish I had somebody to lay up with. So it all depends on what you're looking for, because you could be
their rap is weak.
I mean, your rap could be weak, maybe. I'm not saying that, but being single necessarily ain't for everybody, because everybody doesn't necessarily always have that drive, that rap to always be out there.
Then they need to be out there working on their rap game.
Getting more. I don't know.
I'm single, and I don't remember last time I went out. It's not about like going out and being able to do your own thing.
Yeah, but you're a beautiful woman. It's different from you. People are hunting you.
Yeah, you probably get catcalled like 100 times a day.
It's different for men and for women.
I do have guys on call.
Chicks ain't hunting me.
That's not.
Exactly.
You know what? I think
you got people on deck because they came at you. Ain't nobody looking for the look. The value of excuse my friends, the value of dick plummets every day. Nobody's out there going, yo, I need this.
That one.
That shit is on zero and going lower on the stock market. That shit has negative value.
And I just think it's different for women in general. Like you guys get hit on since you come. I'm gonna do a dame. Since you come out the womb, like guys been. Doesn't matter what size, how you look.
Oh man, she 18 yet?
No, that's not it.
No, that's it. That's it. That's
he said since you came out the womb.
If you old enough to, let me not go there. But
ever since you've been 13 and started developing a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's he doesn't. I think it's just going back to the whole nature thing. You're a woman, and I think as a guy, it's a go back to the whole primal thing is a hunting, and I don't care who you are, what you look like, your shape, your size, you gonna get some guy hitting on you. Right? That I don't care what it is, right? Remember, I think Chris Rock made a joke. He said Rosie O'Donnell will go into a bar right now with a whole bunch of guys, and she don't even like men, right? So I just think
all these black men.
Yeah, you should come up with a whole bunch of guys, and a fat guy can go into a bar, whatever. He probably, depending on his, I guess maybe it goes back to the whole finance situation, but depending on it, he probably come out with, so
depends on his swag.
So going back to you're an attractive lady. Likewise, Sade. But going back to what you said, I think it really doesn't. You're females. Like it's different for you guys.
People are hunting y'all. They ain't looking for
us. For real.
So would you say that it's
on how you portray it? No, go ahead.
So are you saying that it's easier to be single as a female than a male, or like
I was about to
because
say,
I'm
that's what I
also
was
trying to
gonna go
figure
into.
out like some guys that are like
I think so.
you know
Well,
the
depends on
Bachelor,
what you
like
want.
you know
Depends
the
on
guy
what you
who
want.
never wants to be in a committed relationship. Like what's that about?
Depends on what you want. Because if you're
Right.
saying like a single girl, I can say it's easier for a single girl to get some ass.
No.
I think so.
No.
I compare to a guy.
To get some ass, okay, yeah.
That's what I'm just saying. That's what I said.
That's
That's what I just said.
The
That's what
value
I'm
of
talking
the value of dick has
I
gone
just said
down.
that. I just
we
said
can
that.
get anything, but do
No,
we
but I
want
just-
anything?
no, but I just-
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
but I just
because
said
a
that.
lot of, a lot of women
One second.
don't have high self-esteem. And if you're single and you're out there, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're interacting and engaging with males as
that are worth your while.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
We
we're
didn't
not
say
even,
they
we're
were
not
with your
going
wow.
into that.
Here's
We're
what
not.
we're saying.
We're not
Yeah,
saying
you
that.
Hold on.
So
Here's
if
what
you're
we're
not
saying.
supposed to have
Throw it
standards,
down.
Here's what we're
We're not
saying.
saying
No
that.
You could go
standards.
into any room right now with straight single dudes and grunt
pick.
and point and go, hey, hey. And after he looks around and realizes it's not a trick,
This is not a drill, people.
it's not a drill, he gonna go,
He gonna
me?
He gonna put in that.
And he gonna be like, all right,
Ah,
I
exactly.
guess I go with her.
Let a guy go in the bar and do that. Let a guy go in the bar and do that.
Matter of fact, on YouTube right now, there's a social experiment that they did.
Let's go do that
where they
right
have
now.
a woman and a man
Let's go.
go up and ask people, will you have sex with me?
Oh,
The
yeah.
dude gets shut down 100% of the time
Yeah.
through the first time they do it. The girl, some of the guys are like, all right,
All right, cool.
are you okay? All right,
All right, let's go.
I go with you.
No, you're
Come
right.
on, that's what we're saying. That's why I said just for ass. I didn't get into. I just
Yeah,
said
it
for
works.
ass.
Because
I
on every
specified
corner
it. I
outside
specified
right
it.
now, this dude's offering
Go,
dick.
let's go. You know what? We're in New York right now, people. Let's take these two girls. They be like, hey, you
Can I
want
do those bags? How about some dick?
100% of the time, they're gonna be like, all right, cool. While if we do that, I don't know.
It slaps.
You got
I
1%
know.
odds.
It's kind of funny
Just in that case,
when
just
you
in
do
that
like
case,
the
though. Just
comparison
in
when
that
they
case.
say it's a man's world, but in that case it's a woman's world, right?
No.
That's what I've been telling
woman-
you.
nah, the
people.
woman got
Women
the-
hold a lot
women
of power.
hold the power, yeah,
Women
man.
talk all this shit about it's a man's world.
Yeah, no.
but y'all hold so much power.
You see that drug right there?
But at the same time, in that same
It's
right,
how you use it, though.
And a lot of women don't know how to use that drug properly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why
Why are
they
you giving him any? He hasn't done anything for you. What you done for me lately?
Hey, you know what?
But
Don't be
hold
on
on,
that.
but in that
don't
same
be on
right,
that Eddie Murphy where you.
Yeah.
In the same right,
Don't be
though.
a, what have you done for me lately, Eddie? No.
Eddie, what have you done for me?
Don't. I don't like that.
Well, I definitely.
Unless there's an understanding like this is just sex. But I get upset when dudes try to like work for it. When you could just tell me this is just sex, but I'm gonna let you work for it because you acting like this is more than just sex. So keep taking me out on dates and see how long this is gonna take.
You're taking advantage of him.
I am.
You kept
I'm
it on.
trying to get
Yeah.
these dinners.
Yeah, you took advantage.
Trying to save on groceries.
Well, I thank you all definitely for participating in this discussion. We're probably going to have a part 2 of this because there's definitely been some issues that were brought up. Even the comparison of woman's world and man's world. So once again, I'd like to thank you all, and be looking forward to pretty much hopefully have it on YouTube soon, Facebook,
Yep.
Twitter, and some other places, but definitely Curious Success.